What's going on, yo? Brother Doug here. So after 2 months, I finally read Marvel Star Wars, and I gotta say, man, book is amazing. Shout out to Jason Aaron and John Cassidy, man. I'll be honest. I mean, I've been said that for the longest. I knew that Marvel was gonna eventually acquire the rights to all Lucasfilm properties since it's owned by Disney. You know, Indiana Jones, Red Tails, Star Wars. I read a few. Remember, you guys seen from my previous blogs. I read a few Dark Horse comics, like Star Wars Legacy and Star Wars Empire. But they were pretty cool. But man, you guys haven't caught up with Star Wars yet. The Marvel version, the new reboot of Star Wars. You definitely should. I don't know what you're waiting for. You better get on it ASAP because the third issue comes out on the 11th. Now, I want to talk about the first issue. When I was reading this book, I could definitely hear John Williams' score playing in the background or in my head. When it first starts off, kind of just like the movies, with the first sentence, a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. And then imagine John Williams' score going, the description and crawling through the stars. So what I learned after reading the first two issues was that Empire Strikes Back wasn't really the first encounter that Luke had with Darth Vader. On these books, Darth Vader and Luke actually fight, and of course Luke is an adolescent, and he don't know what the hell he's doing with the lightsaber, and Darth Vader takes his lightsaber, and he a little hint to the fans who've been following the mythology. He gets the lightsaber and is like, hey, wait a minute, I know this lightsaber. This one belongs to, and then something distracts him, and then kind of a little reference to the first movie. Remember when he was like, hey, I haven't felt this disturbance since, wait a minute, Revenge of the Sith. Definitely, man, it had humor, had great action, great writing. Definitely had a feel from the Star Wars movies, the original Star Wars movies. A New Hope through Return of the Jedi. Some can argue the prequels. So yeah, man, I was just really intrigued. It definitely. So the books take place literally right after A New Hope, my favorite one, Star Wars, the first Star Wars. After the ceremony and whatnot, Luke is teamed up with Han and Leia, C-3PO, and R2-D2, Chewbacca, the main cast. So I caved into the hype. I heard that the first book sold like 1 million copies. Turns out it did. I was like, well, what's all the hype about, man? What's so big about these Star Wars comics? So you guys know I'm a big Star Wars fan, but I read the books, by the Del Rey, and I love the movies. I haven't really played the games like that though. But since the games and the movies, the games and the books are actually non-canon now, since they stripped the expanded universe. I don't know. It's just all irrelevant now. I'm just blown away, you guys. Like, oh my goodness, it just really had that Star Wars feel to it. And of course, Jason Aaron and John Cassidy are fans, so of course that kind of reflects in their work. Kind of like how we're going to see what J.J. Abrams does in December, with The Force Awakens. I just can't wait for the third issue, man. So so it's up to you guys. Should I keep reviewing these books? Because the books are awesome, man. Both issues get 5 out of 5. And after reading the second issue, I said to myself, I want to entertain readers, or just the audience, of my movies and my books. I just want to entertain people exactly like this. Exactly, maybe even more like this. I just want readers to be at the edge of their seats and be engaged in adventure and excitement and just be full head on, kind of like I was reading these books. So I said I got some other books from Midtown Comics. Just this little these fusion comics from Top Cow and Marvel, a little crossover. It's pretty cool. I'm not really big on Top Cow like that. I know they did Wanted, they did Witchblade, and they do Darkness. I know those characters, because of that Image United. But I'm not really big on Top Cow like that. I just wanted to read it because, it had a crossover with the Avengers and the Thunderbolts, who I found out are like the Suicide Squad for Marvel. It was pretty cool. It was a pretty cool little read. Definitely check that out. Check out many back issues. Man, I just love comic books. But speaking of my love for comic books, I came across something the other day. Michelle Rodriguez, who you guys know from Resident Evil, Fast and Furious, the list goes on and on. She said something that I have been saying for, I don't know, 3 years now, or maybe even longer. Y'all know I can't keep up with all these blogs like that, but anyways, she was saying the same thing as me. You know, it's lazy. It's lazy. It's lazy for Hollywood to choose an originally white character and make him black. That's just lazy. That's not really diversity, y'all. To me, that's not diverse. That's just lazy at being politically correct. That's lazy at your attempt at affirmative action. That's just lazy. That's just lazy. Marvel and DC and Hollywood in general have, I know, tons of scripts and tons of storylines and tons of backstories and mythologies that they can go through that already have distinct minority characters. Why don't they showcase them? You don't have to change. Just like I'm telling you, I mean, I'm still gonna see Fantastic Four, but I'm just not feeling a black Human Torch. I'm sorry. Well, I shouldn't be sorry. It's my opinion. That's just me. That's just me. I'm not feeling a black Human Torch at all. I told y'all. I even told Michael B. Jordan that on Facebook and Twitter. You know, I really wanted to let him know that I support him full wholeheartedly. You guys know Fruitvale Station is my movie, but brother, I just can't back this. I just can't do it. I hear they're also rebooting Shaft, and I know that everybody went and thought about Donald Glover, what he said about Michael Cera being Shaft. You know, I ain't gonna. But I'm hearing other names thrown out like jokingly Michael Cera, Matt Damon, even Batflick himself, Ben Affleck. But I'm like, come on, man. First off, to all my white fans out there, black people, we had nothing to do with your characters being turned black. Captain America, Miles Morales. Well, I'll talk about Miles in a minute. Thor being a girl. Annie, we didn't have nothing to do with that. That's definitely the executive's decision. So for Miles, and people are like, "Oh, you can't make a Spider-Man black." Well, we have a black. You can't. I don't want to see a black Peter Parker. First and foremost, come here at the MCU might have a black Peter Parker. I mean, I just always adored him as a little geeky white boy. I'm sorry, but I just always loved him as a little geeky white boy. Geeks are come in all shapes and sizes, but I just known Peter like that for years, and I'm not really big on Peter Parker like that. Miles is his own little character. He definitely has some sort of Spider-Man traits. Web slingers and the fact that he's Spider-Man, but he's his own character. So I think the gist of what Michelle Rodriguez was saying was the same thing that I've been saying for years. To my black fans, to my Asian fans, my Hispanic fans, to my minority fans in general, Hollywood isn't going to create our characters unless we do it. Because I'm sure you all have brilliant stories. I have brilliant stories. I just finished a script. I'm working on a comic script next after I do all these blogs. I'm strictly devoted to you guys now this for the remainder of the year. I have a script, a book. I have many things going on that have minority characters. A black kid, a black woman, a Hispanic woman, some Asian. One of my characters is dating an Asian chick. So that's all I have to say about that, man. We have to create our characters. We have to tell our own stories. That's just the gist of it, y'all. That's just the bottom line. So other than that, how did y'all feel about all this? Did you read the Star Wars comics? What other comics should I be looking into from back issues or future issues that are coming out, like that Secret Wars? I definitely want to check that out. The Marvel Secret Worlds, where all the universes collide. The Ultimate Universe, the mainstream universe, the anime universe, your universe, my universe, collide. How do you feel about diversity in comics? Again, let me know in the comments below. Make sure you like the video, share the video, subscribe, like me on Facebook and Twitter, and like always, deuces.